Hello everybody, happy Thursday. I'm so happy to be with you today. Very, very excited to share today's project. Figuring out the logistics was a little challenging, but now that I have it down, I love it, and I hope that you will try your hand at making this card. I know that the thumbnail doesn't show everything, but I think you will love it. I also want to point out, if you are joining me for the first time, or if you're watching on the replay, please say hi. Tell me where you're watching from. I would love to get to know you. Community is very important to me. That means that I am very involved with all of my followers, with my subscribers, and with the people that purchase with me. Even though I have customers all over the United States, you can ask any of them. They all have a personal relationship with me. It's just how I was wired. I was born like this, and it just is how I do things. So I would love to get to know you better, and I would love to welcome you into the community that I have built, that all of us have built together. So please say hi. Thumbs up are super important. I know it feels like I'm begging to ask you to do something for me, but if you watch the video, it doesn't cost you anything or hurt you in any way to just put a thumbs up. So thank you for that, for those of you who do that for me. And I appreciate it. So let's go ahead and start some announcements, and then I will make this really fun card for you. So the first announcements we're going to talk about are going to be Paper Pumpkin. Today is the first day of the October kit. It starts September 11th through October 10th, and you are going to love it. I think it's going to be really beautiful. It is called Cozy Christmas, and as you can see in the details, I have it nestled in just some really pretty colors. It's going to be heartfelt Christmas cards with a classic charm and flocked accents. Flocking is like a felt, but like thinner and not so dense, like thinner and soft and fluffy. We actually used to sell flocking that we would be able to glue down, and you could make like the ducks feel like fuzzy or, you know, bunnies feel fuzzy. We don't sell that anymore, and I don't know if it's even out there in the stamping universe anymore, but I think it's going to be really pretty. So this kit makes 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs. Of course, as always, you get 9 coordinating envelopes, pre-cut pieces with a soft stitch look, flocking, red sequence embellishments that are super shiny, and the coordinating colors are basic beige, which, oh my gosh, I've fallen in love with basic beige, cherry cobbler, garden green, pecan pie, which is our spot, and real red. So you're going to have a bright red and a deep red in cherry cobbler. Garden green is such a beautiful warm green, and then basic beige. Pecan pie for your stamping elements, and delicate little, you know, cards. I think they're going to be really pretty. The coordinating box gives even more holiday magic. I love when they do special boxes at holiday time, because you can put a label on it, put a present in there, and ship it off to somebody. And you have a pretty box to boot. So if you are not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, why not? Try it. I have a group that meets and we work on our paper pumpkins. I also have our open stamping Zoom the 3rd Sunday of every month at 3 p.m. Eastern. I would love to have you join us at that, and you can work on paper pumpkin then. Let's talk about the coordinating add-ons, because we have brand new die add-ons and I want you to get them. So shop the coordinating add-ons. They're $12. You're going to get a set of 6 dies. One of them is a tag. I am addicted to tags. I mean, I have had a love of tags. I can't even tell you for how long. I mean, way too long to talk about so I don't seem like really weird or anything. But anyway, I love tags, and I've done card classes with tags, series of tags. They're perfect for scrapbooking. They're perfect for card making. So please, get this add-on if you're a subscriber, because you're gonna want them. So yeah, the order number, I don't know if I have that yet. I don't know if they have posted it. I'm gonna look and see real quick while I have you on here. Let's see. I'm not sure if it's up there yet, but you are supposed to be able to order it starting today. Just type in Paper Pumpkin. I don't have my keyboard in front of me, but just type in Paper Pumpkin Abundant Joy dies. That should get you the number. I'm gonna look in one more place and see if I can find it for you. Okay, I found it. Item number. I'm gonna write it down on here. Gotta grab a pen. This is for Q4, October through December 2025. Item number 167855. And get your dies. They're so cute. Look at that word joy, how cute it is. I love this little flower. And of course, any leafy things are, think about making this just with these dies, making a cute tag. Oh my gosh. So fun. Get the add-on dies, guys. All right, let's talk about Inky Hands Crew. Inky Hands Crew is near and dear to my heart. It is a group of supporters, people who want a card class monthly for $8. It is a really fun way to be part of a community of like-minded people that like to have exclusive content that I don't put on my YouTube channel in any other form. So, you guys that want more, or that want exclusive, or that want to be part of a very close-knit group, join the crew. There's more information on my website, inkyhandswarmhearts.com, and you're going to click on the menu and go to memberships. You can sign up right there in the membership area, and I hope to see you getting this month's 6 projects. So I usually send them out the last Friday of the month, so I would love to have you be a part of that. And you have to join and have a current subscription at the date that I send them out, so don't miss out. All right, next announcement. Kits Collection. Kits Collection is always fun. This month of September, we have our Road to Christmas kit, which is bread trucks and puppy dogs, golden retrievers. But more importantly, it's 8 cards for $14. Amazing. Get 8 cards done for Christmas this quick with just ordering this kit. So I would love that. Handmade and heartfelt. This is our World Card Making Day kit. If you don't have it yet, get it, because I'm telling you, these kits don't photograph well, but they are always better in person. So I hope that you will get this kit. There's laser cut die cuts. There's peekaboos, which means you can see one side through holes in this. Like, for instance, this card is a cutout and you can see the color that's behind it because this is popped up off of it. This one, you can see the thing behind it. So I love cutout cards. They're unique, and no matter who you send a card to, whether it's a simple card like this or a card that took you 15 hours to make, they are going to love the card because you thought of them and you made it. So make life easy on yourself and buy these kits and get 10 and 8 and 12 and 9 cards done very quickly. Have them on hand for when something happens and you need a quick card and you don't have time to make them. Don't discount kits because they're simple. The simplicity isn't what touches the person, it's what you write in the card and what you make. So please consider kits even if you're an avid stamper, because they are amazing. I've been stamping for 32 years. And I love kits. And I am a little over the top when it comes to making cards when I make my own cards, but kits fill a need. And so don't discount kits, okay? All right, last month was a bunch of thanks kits. I'm just going to show it real quick. So if you need to, you can watch the replay, repause so that you can purchase it. Harvest Home Kit is a garland kit. I can't wait to get my house at the end of this month, my new house, and decorate it for fall. And I'm using this kit. So get this kit. It's super cute. If you are interested in pastels and the subtles are your favorites, you're going to love this kit. Really beautiful pastels, laser cut, die cut pieces. And then if you are a Halloween freak like me, you need these boxes. Super, super cute. I have a very good friend who's making these into banners. And if you guys are interested in that and making a banner with this kit for your mantle, talk to me, because I'm going to talk to her and ask her if I can copy her idea for this, because I thought it was super cute and I would like to make one, of course, for myself. So if I'm making one for me, I might as well just do a class. So let me know if you're interested in doing a Halloween themed class with to kind of take the kits to the next level. And if you are, the kits will be included in the class fee. So just let me know that you're interested. I will get with her and double check that she's okay with it. I'm sure she'll be fine with it, but I would love to teach that as well. And then Birthday Fancy Kit, which is a birthday cake kit. This one makes 12 cards, so a phenomenal deal for $25. Join me for World Card Making Day. Buy that amazing kit that I showed earlier with the little box. It makes perfect gifts at Christmas time. I am all about handing somebody the gift of creativity. And when you give them a kit, if they are not avid stampers like you are, they are going to love these kits. Even if they are, it's a quick and easy way for them to make cards, package them together, and give them to a friend. So it's the gift that keeps on giving. Kits are amazing, guys. Don't discount kits. Okay. Stamp Camp. If you have not signed up for Stamp Camp yet, what are you waiting for? Come on, my friends. This is the most amazing event you will ever go to. You have got to be a part of Modern Christmas. It is fantastic. I was apprehensive about the suite, but now that I've put my hands on it, I've played with it, I've made projects, you're going to adore it, so don't miss out. 13 exclusive projects you're going to get make and takes for. In other words, 13 cards you're going to have all the things to make with. And then 13 bonus projects that all you'll need to do is provide a little bit of cardstock, maybe a couple die sets or stuff like that, and you can make 26 complete cards with this in the Stamp Camp. Don't miss out. You only have until the end of September to sign up, guys, so do not miss out. If you have any questions about it, you need more clarification, or you just think this is a little unclear, what do you mean 26 projects? Send me a message at Kelly, Kelli, at inkyhandswarmhearts.com. The best thing to do is give me your phone number when you reach out to me in that email, because I really want to talk to you about it so I can explain it better. Once you've tried it and experienced it once, you will do it every month, every time we have it. We do it 3 times a year with every new catalog release. This is the one for the Christmas catalog release. So please, please, please join me. You're not going to miss and want to miss it. It's amazing. If you have not seen all my Halloween projects that I did in August, number 1, they're in a playlist. Number 2, they're fantastic if you want to make Halloween projects for your grandkids, for your big kids. I mean, I even have projects in there that I'm doing for my kids, and they're in their 20s. So Halloween is so fun, and it's not just for little kids. So come check out my stuff because you're going to love it. Game night. Do not miss out on game night. If you would like to register for game night, I need you to put in the comments that you would like to register for game night. I will then send you the registration form. We are going to be using the stamp set Long Time No See. You might think, I don't like this stamp set. I promise you, by the time we are done with game night, you are going to love the projects that I make with it. Do not miss out on this. Do not miss out on this project. On game night. It is so fun, and it is also a way for you to earn free product. Do you not want free Stampin' Up stuff? That's what you get to pick and choose from. I have a variety of prizes, and you get to choose the ones you want. So please join me for game night. It is the last Thursday night of the month. I need 8 people minimum to do game night. If I don't get 8 people, we don't do game night. So right now, I need you guys to tell me you want to sign up, because if not, I guess I'll have to cancel game night this month, which I would hate to really do. Come on, guys. Sign up. All right, and also speaking of the design team that I'm on where we do Stamp Camp, we also have PDF tutorials that we do every month. I just wanted to highlight that because we have artisans on this team, former artisans, ones that have been artisans in the past, current artisans. Do not miss out on the design team that I'm on, Creativity Abounds. It's amazing. And I would love for you to purchase those projects from me in my online store. So you would go to inkyhandswarmhearts.com, shop, and when you go to shop, there's a section for PDF tutorials. My paper piecing patterns, which I have Halloween and Easter, and all of the tutorials from the Creativity Abounds design team are on there. Don't miss out, guys. It is so much fun and very amazing projects on those. Very low price point, $15. You're going to get 13 projects. Where else can you make 13 projects for $15 class fee? I mean, nowhere. So don't miss out on it. It's super fun. Okay, let's get started. What am I going to show you here? These are the sets that I am using today. Let me put away all my announcement paperwork. Okay. This is the card we're making with these products. So we're using Peekaboo Forest this month, the bundle. It is on last chance. So if you don't want to miss out, get it today. Don't miss out on these cute critters. Wait until you see what we could do. This was Tuesday's card. If you missed Tuesday's card, why? Come join us every Tuesday, Thursday night. But if you missed Tuesday's card and you're watching this on replay, check this one out as well. It is adorable. Look how cute that card pops up and stands up on a mantle or a tabletop or a kitchen counter or a kitchen island. Adorable. And today's card is just as adorable, maybe triple the adorableness, because not only do you have the little bear, you have all of the critters, and the tree grows. So when you send this card to somebody and they open it and they see all these cute little critters, oh my goodness, do you not love this project? So cute, guys. So you have the porcupine or the hedgehog, the bear, and the adorable little raccoon. Okay, and this is a thank you card. Who would not like to get a thank you card that says thanks so much for thinking of me, with a little raccoon holding the sign? Oh my gosh. I even gave you a little area to write a small sentiment as a thank you on here. You can also write on the back of the card, but I wanted to hide that so that your writing wasn't on the front when the card was closed. So we had a small area, but oh my goodness. Pretty cool, right, guys? So let's get started. I'm going to teach you how to make it. The stamp set that I'm using for the sentiments this week is The Right Words. It's a brand new stamp set. It has inside and outside sayings. If you want explanation about it, go to Tuesday's video, because I talk about it in detail there. I'm also using nested essential dies today. All right, so let's get started, and we are going to make this fun project. So the first thing that I always do, and those of you who are always here with me every Tuesday, Thursday will know, we score. I move this to the side, bring out my scoreboard, and we are going to score. So 4 1/4 by 11. I have gone back to a color that I had to go back to. I needed it for this card. I felt like it was the perfect color. Boho Blue. So I hope you have not used up all your Boho Blue cardstock, because this Timeless Designer Series paper, Timeless Plaid that I'm using, has Boho Blue in it. and it is gorgeous. We don't have a color that like Boho Blue, and it retired with the In Colors last year. So we don't have Boho Blue available, but I'm sure those of you who have it can use it. And if you don't have Boho Blue anymore, I would use white as your card base, thick basic white, okay? It just shows on the edges and in between these sections, but I think white will also look amazing, okay? But I use Boho Blue, why? Because I have it. Okay, 2 3/4, 5 1/2, those are your score marks, okay? 2 3/4, 5 1/2. So we are going to score our card in half. We are going to do our, oh my goodness, I can't even, let's, there we go. I couldn't even get it open, but I did now. Okay, so there's our card, and you want it to have this folded part at the top because that's what forms the little pull-out section, okay? So let's just start some of the basic needs that we need for this card, and then we'll make the elements, okay? So you're going to use the Timeless Plaid Designer Series paper. You're going to need a piece that is 4 by 5 1/4. You're going to need a piece that is 2 1/2. I wrote 2 3/4, but I think that's wrong. That's why I hesitated. Yes, I was correct. 2 1/2 by 4. And you're gonna have a piece that is 3/4 of an inch by 4. And you're saying, why is it only 3/4 of an inch? That's a big panel. Because, let me tell you, trust me, when I give you the measurements. 3/4 of an inch is all you need because the top is gonna have the tree top on it, and you don't need to waste your Designer Series paper. Okay? That's the real reason. Let's glue down these panels. You know, I did not put my phone on Do Not Disturb. And you know what? Watch it ring in the middle of this video. I mean, I'm hoping it won't, but you never know. I'm playing with fire, guys. Playing with fire. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and anchor this so that all 4 sides are the same and have a border. I love that. Next, the 2 1/2 by 4 inch piece in the panel above this. Amazing. And finally, the 3/4 of an inch by 4 inch piece. All right, let's see. On 3 sides, you should have the same amount, but also your pieces should line up so that you have one cohesive piece, okay? So now we're gonna work on the grass and we're gonna work on the treetop. We're gonna wait on the trunk for right now, okay? So I'm just gonna move this out of the way. We're gonna work on those things, okay? So let's talk about the grass. So for the grass, I'm using a piece of Mossy Meadow cardstock that's 1 1/2 by 4 1/4. And for the treetop, I'm using a piece of crushed curry that's 2 1/2 by 4 1/4. So 1 1/2 by 4 1/4, 2 1/2 by 4 1/4, okay? We're gonna cut them with the same die. So we're using the Peekaboo dies, and I'm gonna cut them with you. Normally I have this stuff done ahead of time, but I really felt like I could teach you a lot more if I cut along with you. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna use my mini machine. So here we go. We're gonna grab our die. Okay, now, the only difference is when we cut our treetop, we're gonna put our die like this so that the bumpies, the rounded bumpies are along this bottom edge. When we cut our grass, we're going to turn it around so that the bumpies are towards the larger section of cardstock, not the narrower one. I'll show you in a minute why. Okay, let's grab our mini machine. I'm going to grab some flags here so I can hold my piece in place. I'm going to turn this so I can crank it with my left hand. All right. So here is my piece. Remember, not backwards, not like we're doing the grass, but with the outside section, the rounded section on this edge. And I am going to attach to hold it in place so it doesn't wiggle around on me. And let's go ahead and put it through. There we go. All right, here it is. Let's move this out of the way so I can share. All right, so when we pull this out, see how they're rounded? Okay, look at the difference at the bottom piece. See how they're jagged? When we cut this grass, we want jagged grass. We don't want rounded grass. So to get that, we're not going to put it like this with the largest piece up. We're going to reverse this like this, okay? So trust me on this, and hopefully I'm making sense. If I am not, please tell me in the chat, because I would like to fix it. I want you to be able to understand how I'm doing this and why I'm putting my piece where I'm putting it, which is why I am cutting this on the video and not having it cut ahead of time. I wanted to share the why of the whole thing, okay? So now I have it backwards the other way. That I didn't have it this way for the crushed curry. I am keeping it this way though for the mossy meadow. Let's pull off our pieces. I'm just going to put them to the side for right now. See how I have a jagged, and here is the rounded piece. So here's the difference. The yellow had the jagged left over. The green has the rounded left over. The yellow is rounded. The green is jagged. That is the difference. So you can use this die and flip it over to get two different texture looks, okay? So that's the first thing that I want to explain to you. Let me move this die cut machine temporarily out of the way. We'll need it again when we cut our tree, but not right now, okay? All right. Let's work on our grass. Our grass is going to get glued directly onto our piece here, okay? So we're going to glue it down here at the bottom. It is 4 1/4 inches, so it goes end to end, but I did want some of the blue to show. These pieces here can be discarded. I did want this mossy meadow piece to go end to end, so that's how I'm gluing it down. Or I would have cut it 4 inches like I did my designer series paper. So I'm just going to put it right at the edge of the DSP, and it goes edge of card to edge of card. And if anything is hanging over, because sometimes I cut a little wider than I mean to, you're going to flip to the side and just trim that away. It was very tiny, so I don't know where it went. It disappeared on me. Oh, here it is. See, very tiny bit, but it's enough that I needed to cut it off. Okay, so now I have my grass. Let's work on our tree, okay? So like my card on Tuesday, we are going to do the cutout dies, and we're going to place them all over this piece. So let's start with those. We're going to do it twice. We're going to run it through the die cut machine twice. So I'm going to do one here, and then 2 more times, okay? So all I'm doing is taking this same piece, and I am adding these pieces, which what they are going to do for me is they are going to give me these cutouts on my cardstock. All right, let's move them. Okay, this one's gonna go up here, come here, and this one's gonna go over here. I just want them to give a little bit of texture to this tree, okay? Let's put it through. All right, that's it for this piece. These you can see indent and punch out these adorable little leaves. I do like to mess with them and raise them up. We'll do it all at the very end 100%. And get them ready before we attach it onto our card. But for right now, I just wanted to show you that. So that's what these dies are that are in this kit, okay? In this die kit. All right, let's put this down. We'll still need it again, but not right now. I'm sure I've moved all over the place. Hopefully I'm still in camera. Okay. So now we're gonna do a little stamping. We're gonna use our crushed curry and we're gonna use our leaf stamp, okay? So it's 2 little leaves right there. So we're just gonna ink those into crushed curry and we're gonna stamp them in different directions, coming from different angles. We're gonna work around these little leafy pieces. Leaves on a tree do not all grow in the same direction. When you see a tree, there's leaves going in every which way you could think of, right? So that's what we're doing here. We are making them go every which way we can think of. And so I am filling in all over this piece and I am turning my stamp. Some are up, some are down. It's okay. I just want to fill our little... Okay. My video cut off right in the middle of me stamping, but I just wanted to share with you what happened. So I finished stamping this and I raised up all of these pieces. So we are going to move on to the next step, okay, which is our tree trunk. The only thing I did was mention the 3 sizes that I used of gray granite to make our tree trunk. So the first one is 5.5 by 3 3/4. And the reason I chose it is because this stamp fits perfectly well and it has enough room on either side. I'm going to teach you how to make the trunk travel all the way up the tree. And then the only other thing that I did where the video cut off is that I went ahead and stamped this in pecan pie. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my pecan pie ink. I'm going to move this over. I'm going to put that right there. And I'm going to show you that I stamped that. That's all I did. See how it gave me some room on either side? I'm going to share with you the other pieces that I've already stamped ahead. So we've obviously have this. We're going to start working on this. I have stamped these cute little critters and I colored them in already. This is for time constraints, okay? So our brown bear was stamped with light and dark crumb cake, light for the ears and the muzzle, dark for the bear. The hedgehog was stamped with a variety of colors. Light smoky slate, which was his whole area here, his whole body. And then I used light and dark gray granite. So dark gray granite around his face area, light gray granite for his paws, and then for some of his quills. And then I also used dark crumb cake for his quills. The raccoon was using light basic black, dark gray granite, dark smoky slate, and the color lifter. So dark gray granite is the whole raccoon. Dark smoky slate is the whole raccoon. Dark gray granite went over to do this little area here around his ear area. And I did the black around his eyes. Then I used the color lifter. So as you can see, he has these little beady eyes there, and you can see them because I went around them with the color lifter, which removed a little bit of the black and still kept it nice. I did the black on his little claws, and I left some white around his face. So do that as well. And so the only other thing is when you stamp your first tree on here, you're going to have room to get 2 branches from the piece that's left over. So go ahead and stamp those as well. I am not doing that right now because I've already stamped and die cut these, but I'm going to share with you. I went ahead and stamped this. So let's pretend that you saw me do it. I'm sorry that the video cut out and I had to piece this video together, but stamp your tree. There it is. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to use this little part of a tree section, okay? It's included in your stamp set. The tree slopes, you can see here, it angles. This is shorter than this piece. This one goes up higher and this one goes up shorter. Same thing here. You can see it's angled and angled. So when you go to stamp this and you're going to place it right over the top of this piece to make your tree longer, you want to make sure that you have your stamp held the same way that you see it right here on your piece. So I don't right now, but now I do. So this is the exact replica. You can put it right over the top to make sure that you have it the right way. I do now, so now I'm going to go ahead and ink that, and I'm going to stamp it straight up. I'm going to do that twice. I'm going to stamp it 2 times. All right, so I'm going to line this up, and because you can see through the stamp, it is quite easy to extend this tree, okay? So there is my first one, and here is my next one. I'm going to do it again. I want to make sure I'm far enough down. There we go. So there is my long tree trunk, okay? No one's going to know that it wasn't a big stamp. That's what's amazing about this. So we're going to go ahead and die cut this out. We are also going to stamp this same stamp a couple times. So the first piece is 5.5 by 3 3/4. Then we have this piece. It's 2 by 2.5. Okay, and that's what's going to form this middle section right here. Okay, so we're going to hold it so that it's 2.5 tall and 2 across. And we're going to come here and we're going to stamp 1, and 1 more. Okay. Good so far? And I'm going to keep stamping. So let me grab a scrap paper here. And ink up. And I'm going to continue to connect the pieces, but they're going to go off the paper. This 2.5 inch length is what you need. So go ahead and stamp it. I'm gonna turn my stamp because I turned my paper, I forgot. So just line up your lines, and there's your tree trunk, okay? So this is what we're going to use, and we're going to add it directly to our piece here. So this is the extension trunk. Okay, that one's done. Now we're gonna do this one. Now this last one is only 2 inches by 1 inch. Okay, so we're gonna ink this up, and we're just gonna stamp it so that all the lines are there, but then we're gonna have to extend 1 time. All right, right there, I messed up. Sorry, I didn't mean to wiggle. I wiggled my stamp. I didn't mean to. All right, let's try that one more time. Because see how this one doesn't go all the way up, neither does that one. So I'm trying not to wiggle. I'm trying to, it's hard when you have the camera in your face. There we go. So we're gonna use that one. And it doesn't matter because you're only gonna see a very small amount of it. You can see not much shows. All right, so we're gonna die cut this piece out, and then I'm gonna show you how to cut your trunk for the rest of your pieces. So again, the gray granite sizes are 5.5 by 3 3/4, 2 by 2.5, and 2 by 1 inch. All right. Let's grab our mini machine again. And we're gonna grab the die for the tree trunk, which is this one. They don't give you a die for this one. You have to hand cut that or extend it with your hand, and I'll show you. And remember, these pieces here were stamped and then die cut out 2 branches. I think I did one way, one the other, kind of like this. All right. Apologize for my hoarseness, but a lot of talking. All right, so we're going to grab our piece here. We're going to bring it through. And the most important thing is that your tree is on your plate, okay? And we're gonna add the die over the top, and we are gonna use those little flags because I want it to be pretty. All right, so I'm going to line it up, and then I'm gonna use these flags to hold it in place, okay? Or try to use these flags. They might already be wore out, but I'm gonna do my best, okay? So then I'm gonna put my piece in there. Just want to make sure that we're covered, that we're on the piece. There we go. And we're gonna slide this middle piece down. There we go. And it should grab, no problem. I just want to make sure that my die, sorry, is under. It shifted on me when I did that finagling. There we go. I just have to make sure that this is under the whole piece, right? Because if it's not going to cut out. So it's probably better to use your big machine, but you can use your mini. It's just very close to the edge when you do your tree chunk. All right. So here is my tree. Okay, I'm going to pull these off. And you can see it does not cut the whole piece out, but it does cut the hole, okay? That's all we need it to do. I'm gonna set this to the side. You don't need this, but I'm just gonna put it off to the side for right now, and I'm gonna bring these in, okay? This one we're not gonna do anything with, okay? This one we're gonna cut a hole out of the middle. You don't need this to cut it. Stampin' Up did give us another hole, okay? So I'm gonna cut this out of this middle section. And I don't need anything to hold it in place because it's not really gonna move on me. And it's a very, a very small die that if it wiggles a smidge one way or another, it doesn't matter. So there is that hole out of the middle section for my little guy here, okay? And then my tree, I'm gonna go ahead and snip this out. So I'm going to show you. We're going to go ahead and bring our scissors from the top, and we're going to connect like that. Same thing here. And there is our tall tree. It has something to the top. Remember, this is where you would now, I would now take this and die cut my two branches, stamp and die cut my branches from that extra piece. Apologize, guys. Oh my goodness, all these sounds. So this tree, we're going to put our bear here. So we need another hole. So I'm going to put a hole above this one. Okay, right about there. So let's grab our die cut machine. I hope you guys can see and that I'm not out of camera. But it's been one of those days. So if I am, I apologize in advance. The world seems to be against me today. So... all right, we're gonna go ahead and put that through. And again, you don't need to hold it down with any tape or anything because it's not a perfect, it doesn't have to be perfect. You're putting it wherever you want. Okay, so there is that one. So you can discard these two pieces as well, or you can use them for something else, your choice. That's all the die cutting today. And I know it's a lot more than I normally do, but I really wanted to show you how to make this card. Explaining it, I don't think would have been enough. I think you had to actually see it in action. So again, die cut your tree, snip it out, cut a hole in there. In the middle section, cut a hole. You need to make sure that you have two branches cut from this extra piece, stamped with pecan pie, and die cut with this branch die. And then this one just is by itself, okay? Then you're gonna need 3 pieces of pecan pie cardstock that are 1.5 by 2. And why do we need those? Because they are the backfill of the hole on our tree, okay? You see how they fill those holes up? So you need 3 of those, 1.5 by 2. All right, for the sentiment, I think I showed that to you. It's here somewhere, or I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. I didn't. So on the last version that got cut off. This is a scrap of 1/2 inch by however long. Stamp your piece and then trim it down. And then this is from the Nested Essential Dies, the rounded rectangle, the second largest in basic white. So those are all the elements. I'm gonna put this away. that I have used for this card. Okay, so I've used the most, of course, the actual bundle itself, the stamps and dies. Then as an accent, I used this die here for that piece. And then of course the Right Words is the stamp set that I chose. But everything you can get from this last chance bundle, don't buy it as a bundle, buy each individual item separately because it's cheaper and that's how you will get a savings financially. Okay, here comes the fun part. So now once you have all of these pieces stamped, cut, ready, okay, it's time to put your little critters inside. So I'm going to move this one out of the way. We're going to fill this one first. So we're going to put the raccoon right at the bottom. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue, okay? And what you're going to do with him is you're going to slide him in. There's cutouts on either arm, okay? And you're just going to sit him and you're going to press on this part, okay? Got it? Next comes our bear. Same thing. Glue on just this bottom piece. And you are going to slide him in the same way and get him to sit in his little hole however he wants to sit, okay? There is our bear, okay? Same thing for our our hedgehog. We're gonna put some adhesive on this bottom section and we're going to add our cute little guy right here, okay? The paws out, the little hedgehog in. So there are our critters inside, okay? Next step, we're gonna cover those holes and give them that background, okay? So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna flip these over. Got it? We are gonna put adhesive on these pieces, okay, on the 4 sides. 1, 2. Remember, they're all the same size. I gave you the measurement of the pecan pie. You have to cut 3 of them the exact same size. 1.5 by 2 inches are these pieces. All right, and you're going to add this behind each of your critters. 1, there's that one, okay. 2. Around this little bear here. And 3 around the raccoon. All right, this tree has been cut with my scissors. You can see how nice and narrow this piece is. We're gonna cut these the same way, okay? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your piece over the top so that your lines line up with your tree, okay? And you're going to trim, okay? So you're gonna make sure that you have a nice narrow border on this side of your tree. So you're gonna follow what you have here. This one's narrow too. So we're gonna just follow the way that these trees are in the groove of the lines. So that is that one. See how it follows nicely? All right, same with this one, narrow and narrow. So now we're ready to glue onto our card. Are you ready for the fun part? This is the fun part, guys. This is what you've been waiting for the whole time I've been doing all this work, okay? All right, so we're gonna start with this. So before I do that, on these 3 little guys, I'm gonna put a large dimensional or a normal size, whatever you call these, Stampin' Dimensionals, on the back. So 3 of them. So yes, this is the first dimensional usage, guys. 3 dimensionals. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the backs off before I glue them down because I'm gonna tuck these behind each of my little critters, 1 behind each. And I know you're probably going, only 1? Yes, only 1. That's all it needs. Right near the top here, and it will make him look like he is peeking out from the hole and he is not flat, okay? See, it gives him dimension. It gives them dimension. So put 1 on the back of each, okay? We're gonna now glue this piece. Let me put this in my pinch bowl for later. I'll throw those away. And we are going to add this piece here, okay? This is going to go right up to that seam. If it's a little too long, then cut some. No one's going to, you want it to go from here actually to, hang on, from here actually to the top. So what we're going to do is we're going to trim with our paper trimmer. It'll be easier. And you're going to trim right along this line area, okay? Like this. There's our tree, okay? Discard this, and we're going to glue this down now. So let's add our glue to the back. Yes, flat, no dimensionals. I know you guys are all in shock here, but I promise you we're going to use more dimensionals, just not yet, okay? So you want to put your adhesive on all of these pieces. And you're going to put it onto your card. Remember, the part you need to worry about first is this piece. I don't want it to go beyond my gingham, okay? And I don't want this to stick off my card. So I'm going to add it about right there and right there, okay? So that it's even with the gingham at the top and where this piece doesn't go off the edge, okay? So now we're gonna just run our fingers around and give it a little press. So our first piece is ready. Oh, I forgot, we have to add this piece under. So I'm gonna put a little more glue. Let's add this first and then we'll do that. I apologize, guys. This was supposed to be you're gonna hold your tree in place, slide this under first, and then you're going to glue your tree down. I apologize, I forgot that step. But there's that one. Let's add a little more glue behind our tree though. It's okay. There we go. All right, so now you have your sentiment here where you can write a little nice note to whoever you are sending this thank you card to. All right, this part's done, bottom half. Okay, now we're gonna do a branch and this tree, okay? So here comes our little guy. This one falls just the same size as the gingham. So it's gonna go from gingham end to gingham end. If it is not straight, you can cut it with your piece. I noticed mine was a smidge off. I just want to make sure it's 100% straight. Sometimes when you cut, you get a little off. It's okay. As long as this goes from gingham end to gingham end, that's all that matters to me, and it is. And we're going to put the branch underneath. So I'm going to grab the branch. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this portion, okay? And while this is not glued, I'm going to slide it under so that it falls where I want it to be, okay? There it is. Now we're going to pick this up and we're going to put glue on the whole unit. So on this branch and on the trunk. Okay, so now the second part. We only have 3 parts, so we're almost done. This is quite exciting. I love it. So cute. Okay, so there is our second portion. And now we're gonna do the top, okay? This is the fun part. This is the really fun part, okay? So see, you can see your little guy here. And he shows just like our little guy here shows, okay? Now we're gonna do the tree top, okay? So you want this to line up. So if you kind of went off on one section, put that to the top. It's gonna be covered by the tree, okay? We're also going to add a branch. Now we want our branch to go completely sideways, much different than this one that went up. We want it to go sideways because it has to fit under the tree. So we're gonna hold it like that. And then we're going to attach our piece over the top, just like that, okay? Now when we have it as one unit, we're not gonna put glue on the branch, just on the base. And we're gonna glue this one in place. We'll add some dimensionals behind the trunk, the branch in a minute, but not yet. And again, line it up so it's right against the gingham and glue that down into place. This is gonna stay up, okay? Here comes our branch section. See how it is covered up? That's why we needed to do what we did with our branch. We want it here, but we want it up, okay? So now we're gonna attach this piece. So I'm gonna put 1,000,000,001 dimensionals on the back. You're probably gonna lose count, so good luck for those of you who count. Yes, so far I've only used 3 dimensionals, but I'm getting ready to use a lot more. First, I'm gonna add this sentiment and put it underneath our little paws of our raccoon. So I'm gonna lift those paws up just slightly, and then I can add them down once, I can push them back down once I have my sentiment in place. So there's my cuteness holding the sign that says, thanks so much for thinking of me. Let's go with the dimensional. And yes, I'm gonna use a bunch. So it just is what it is. You may lose count. You may not. You might be on it tonight. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? Because I'm certainly not counting. I never count dimensionals. If I counted how many dimensionals I use, I might lose my mind. So that's not happening. This part's important. This is the part that anchors the entire card, right? So it's gonna have a lot of dimensionals on it, guys. It just is what it is, okay? So let's go ahead and grab these and put this back away. And I'm gonna need this edge piece, so I will leave that one out for right now. We're gonna put it under the branches. So let's go ahead and grab our pinch pull, and I'm going to pull the backs of these dimensionals off. Did I get them? Yes, I got them all. Okay, so now we're gonna attach this onto our card. And we wanna leave a little bit of the blue at the top, just like this, so that it looks like all the other pieces. There's the blue at the bottom, and we're gonna put a little blue at the top, okay? So we're gonna add that right there. Not a wide border, just enough that it looks like there's gingham under there, but there isn't. All right. And you can see how little of the tree shows, so don't sweat that stuff. Now we're gonna add a couple dimensionals behind our branch, okay? So I'm just gonna cut some pieces. I like to use pieces. Maybe you don't, but I love them. I love all dimensionals, as Rose said last week. I love every size. Dimensionals are a huge part of my stamping game, so of course I love them. All right, I'm gonna got one more, I think. Alrighty, here we go. So there is, and you can use your scissors to lift up your branch pieces. And when you do this, some of the blue sky is gonna show, some of the trunk is gonna show. That's okay, that's what happens when you look up in a tree. Sometimes you see the sky shining through the fullness of the leaves. Sometimes a tree is bare, right? And you don't see anything but sky. So just use take your pick tool or the tip of your scissor. This is what I had in front of me. My take your pick tool is also here, but this is what I grabbed first. So lift up, you could also use your nails to lift up as well. I love this little accent die. All right, so what do you think of this adorable card? I think it's pretty awesome. Look how cute that is. Amazing. I hope that you enjoyed watching me put this together. The only other thing that I would do is possibly add a little ink blending on here. Not necessary, but could be quite cute. Let me grab mine. I think Fresh Curry is a pretty strong color, so I'm sure that my brush already has some on there. I'm just going to add a little touch of it onto my card, and I may have to pull these back up again after I do it, but that's okay. So there we go. You can add that if you want. If not, you don't have to. This time I went a little lighter. Last time I went a little heavier. I didn't want to go quite as heavy this time, but you can do what you want, whichever one you like better, okay? Let's bring in our products again. We're using the Peekaboo Forest Bundle, the Right Words, and one of our staples, the Nested Essential Dies. This card is stinking cute, guys. What do you think? I mean, is it not the cutest card? And look at how it looks closed. Adorable. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you are new, thanks for being here. I really love having you join me every Tuesday, Thursday night at 8 p.m. So come back on Tuesday and I will see you then. Thanks for hanging out. This is Kelly with Inky Handsome Hearts. Happy stamping!